Good morning, students. Chapter 8 Vector Algebra. In this chapter, we are going to deal with vectors and algebraic operations on vectors. That is, addition, subtraction, scalar multiplication, or multiplication of two vectors. So, all those things we are going to see in this chapter. It's a very important one. So first I'll start with the scale. What is the scalar and vectors? Okay. So scalar is a quantity that is determined by its magnitude. That is, for example, distance, length, speed, mass, pressure and work. They are nothing but scalars. It has only magnitude. So for length of the line segment, we'll write 5 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 7 centimeter, like that. So it is determined by its magnitude. But vector is a quantity that is determined by both its magnitude and its direction. So this word is important. It is determined by its magnitude and its direction. So for example, force, displacement, velocity, they are vectors. Okay, see how to represent a vector. You see that the vectors are represented by directed line segment. So we have to draw the line segment. For example, if I draw one line segment, you see that A, B. So this line segment, it has only magnitude, that is the length of the line segment we can find. But if you want to mention a vector, this line segment should be directed. That is, on that line segment you have to put arrow mark. So this is nothing but the vector. So that's why vector is a directed line segment. Okay, you see the next one, representation of a vector. Here I have drawn the vector A vector. So see that I have drawn the line segment which is directed from A to B. I named this as A vector. You see that small a I have used, above that I put arrow mark. So that small a vector is represented by the directed line segment AB. So here we can mention AB vector. So above that you have to draw the arrow mark which is equal to A vector. Okay, so this a vector has a tail and a tip. A vector has a tail and tip. The tail point is called the initial point. Here the initial point is A because it is directed from A to B. So A is the initial point and the tip, that is B, it is called the terminal point of the vector. Okay, so next one, we are moving to the magnitude of the vector. So we have said the vector has magnitude, both magnitude and its direction. So first we are going to see what is the magnitude of a vector. Here you see in this A vector, the magnitude of A vector, it is denoted by this symbol. It is not modulus of, we can say modulus of A vector. That is nothing but the magnitude of A vector, or magnitude of a vector is nothing but the length of the line segment. So AB oda length, that is the magnitude of the vector. Okay, so modulus of A vector is nothing but a number. That number represents the length of the line segment. That is the length of the line segment is nothing but the magnitude of a vector. If a vector is written within the modulus, you have to write the answer in terms of a number. That number represents the length or magnitude of a vector. Next one, we are moving to the support of the vector. So the line on which the vector is present is called the support of the vector A vector. Okay, so support, the vector or the support is nothing but the undirected line. So the vector is represented by the directed line segment. Line segment means it has starting point as well as the ending point. So the undirected line on which the vector is present is called the support of the vector. So next one, we are moving to the types of the vector. You see, first one, co-initial vectors. So the co-initial vectors are having the same initial point. Here I have drawn 4 directed line segment. They are nothing but vectors. So AB vector, AC vector, AD vector and AE vector. All the vectors having the same initial point. So therefore they are called co-initial vectors. In the same way you will have coterminous vectors. So coterminous vectors means those vectors are having the same terminal point. Same terminal point. Here I have drawn AB vector, DB vector, EB vector and FB vector. So all the vector, the starting point is different, that is initial points are different, but they are ended with the same terminal point B. So they are called coterminous vectors. So the next one, we are moving to collinear or parallel vectors. You see that 2 or more vectors are said to be collinear or parallel if they have the same line of action or have the lines of action parallel to one another. You see, already you have studied about collinear points. So 3 points are collinear means they have to lie on the, all the 3 points lie on the same line. So here we are using the vectors. You see that 2 or more vectors are said to be collinear. They have the same line of action. So all the vectors, all the collinear vectors, they are on the same line. So they have to act on the same line. So see that here I have drawn the line L. L is the line. You see that L is the line. So this is the support of the 2 vectors. One is AB vector, that is A vector I have marked. The next one is BC vector, that is I have marked as B vector. Okay, so the A vector and B vector, they lie on the same line. So they are act on the same line. So therefore they are collinear. So collinear means 2 or more vectors lie on the same line, or they have the line of, they have same line of action. If the 2 or more vectors are parallel means those vectors have the lines of action parallel to one another. Here I have drawn PQ vector and RS vector. How they are? They are parallel vectors. They have the lines of action parallel to one another. They act on the parallel lines. So therefore collinear means those vectors act on the same line. Okay, and parallel vectors means those vectors act on the parallel lines. Okay, so PQ vector, RS vector, they are parallel vectors, while AB vector and BC vector, they are collinear vectors. So the next one, we are moving to the next heading, coplanar vectors. So 2 or more vectors are said to be coplanar if they lie on the same plane or parallel to the same plane. See that? They lie on the same plane. Here in this rectangular, pink color rectangular, I have taken as a plane. Okay, in that plane I have drawn 4 vectors. So those vectors are coplanar vectors because all the 4 vectors lie on the same plane. Or some of the vectors, if you see this vector is parallel to the plane. So therefore they lie on the same plane or parallel to the same plane. They are called coplanar vectors. The next one, we are moving to the equal vectors. See, two or more vectors or two vectors are said to be equal. So we'll consider two vectors. They are said to be equal if they have the same direction and same magnitude. So see that they have the same direction and same magnitude. You see that here I'm going to draw a rectangle. Okay, see that. So ABCD is the rectangle. Okay, so here you know that AB, CD, they are equal in length. So the magnitude here AB is 5 centimeter means here DC also 5 centimeter. So the length wise they are equal. If I mentioned AB vector, here the direction is from A to B. So if I give the direction as D to C, that is DC vector. So in the rectangle, AB vector is equal to DC vector because both having the same magnitude, same length and same direction. So therefore, they are equal vectors. Suppose AB vector, can you write which is equal to CD vector? No, they are not equal vectors. Why? The magnitude are same. But you see that AB vector is moving from A to B, that is left to right. But your CD vector is moving from right to left. So they have the opposite direction. So they are not equal. So equal vectors means the vectors have the same direction and the same magnitude. Those vectors are called equal vectors. The next one, we are moving to the zero vector. Zero vector is a vector which has zero magnitude and in an arbitrary direction. So in an arbitrary direction. So you need not worry about the direction. Zero vector whose magnitude is 0. So magnitude is what? Magnitude is nothing but the length of the line segment. So length of the line segment is 0 means you see that they will have the same initial and same terminal point. That is, you see that zero vector is a vector which has 0 magnitude. So magnitude is nothing but length of the line segment, length of the vector. Okay, so the length is 0 means you will get a same initial and same terminal point. So therefore, a vector whose initial and terminal points are coincident or same, those vectors are called zero vector. Because initial and terminal points are same means the length of the line segment is 0. So therefore the magnitude of that vector is 0. So those vector is called zero vector. So zero vector we can mention AA vector, BB vector, CC vector, OO vector. They are called zero vectors. So it is denoted by 0. Above that you have to put arrow mark, and it is also called null vector or void vector. Okay, so the next one, we are moving to the next types of vector, that is a unit vector. It's very important. Unit vector, a vector of magnitude 1. A vector of magnitude 1 is called a unit vector. So the length of the line segment of the vector is 1 means that vector is a unit vector. So see that the unit vector in the direction of A vector is denoted by A cap. So A vector is any vector. So on the A vector unit vector, how to mention? You have to denote it by A cap. So A cap is a unit vector acting in the direction of A vector. So unit vector magnitude is 1. So the modulus of A cap is equal to 1. So this is the important result. Any non-zero vector A vector. So A vector, how we can write? Can be written as the scalar multiple of a unit vector in the direction of A vector. Scalar multiple means we have to multiply a constant to the unit vector in the direction of A vector. So in the scalar, what is this scalar? This scalar is nothing but the magnitude of this vector. Okay, scalar means some constant. So the constant is nothing but what? And the vector oda magnitude. Appo any vector or non-zero vector A vector can be written as the scalar. What is that scalar? Magnitude of that vector. So magnitude of the vector, how it is mentioned? It is modulus of A vector. Scalar multiple of a unit vector. Unit vector, how will you mention? It is A cap. So any vector, non-zero vector, A vector can be written as modulus of A vector into A cap. That is a scalar multiple of unit vector in the direction of A vector. So this is the result you have to keep in your mind. So a vector means magnitude as well as the direction you should have. So one vector can be written as mod, that is A vector can be written as modulus, that is magnitude of that vector into unit vector in the direction of A vector. And from this A cap, if you want to find A cap, what you have to do? This is the number modulus of A vector. It has to written in the denominator. So A cap is equal to A vector by modulus of A vector. These two results are very, very important. So any non-zero vector can be written as a scalar multiple of unit vector. So unit vector is A cap. This scalar, that constant is nothing but magnitude of that vector. So the next one, we are moving to the like vectors. Like vectors means they have the same direction. They have the same direction. You see that, you can extend here. So they don't have the same magnitude. Same magnitude and same direction, they are called equal vectors. But like vectors means the direction should be same. You need not worry about the magnitude. So two vectors are said to be like vectors if they have the same direction. So unlike vectors, two vectors are said to be unlike vectors if they have the opposite direction. Okay. See now, next one we are moving to the algebra of vectors. That means we are going to the algebraic properties of vectors. That is, we are going to see addition, subtraction and scalar multiplication of vectors. So the first one we are moving to discuss with addition of vectors. Here in addition of vectors, first we are going to use the triangle law of addition of vectors. Two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in order. You see now, first I'll take a triangle ABC. So in that AB vector is one vector. Okay, and triangle side. So if I draw the triangle ABC, okay, ABC. Two sides, I am going to take AB and BC. So A vector this is and BC vector is B vector. Okay, see the two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction of by the two sides of a triangle taken in order. So I have taken AB vector as A vector and BC vector as B vector. Here you have to see the result. The initial, that is the terminal point of the first vector will be the initial point of the second vector. So the initial point of the second vector should coincide with the terminal point of the first vector. See that this is the first vector I have taken. Idoda terminal point B. அடுத்த செகண்ட் வெக்டாரோட இனிஷியல் பாயிண்ட்டும் B. இது ரெண்டும் கோயின்சைட் இருந்தால் தான் we can add the vectors. So that's why we have taken the two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of the triangle. Then taken in order, that is very important. AB vector, BC vector. Then the third side, that is, what is the third side? It is, you can say CA vector. The third side, or otherwise you can say AC vector. We'll see which side. The third side we can say AC vector or CA vector. But we have to check AC vector or CA vector, which one will represent the sum of these two vectors. Okay, see here, AB vector plus BC vector. If they coincides, the resultant. So what is the resultant? AC vector. What is AB vector here? That is A vector plus B vector. So the vector AC vector only will represent the sum of those two vectors. So AC vector is the third side, but it is taken in the reverse order. So because how we have taken the two vectors? AB vector, next one BC vector. If we have to taken in the same order, means it has to be CA vector. But which one will represent? The third side in the reverse order will represent the sum of these two vectors. So AC vector only represent A vector plus B vector. That is the triangle law of addition of vectors. So which one is important? The terminal point of the first vector should coincide with the initial point of the second vector. Then only we can add the two vector. The resultant is the addition of those two vectors. You see now, if two vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in order, then their sum is represented by the third side taken in the reverse order. So AB vector A vector and BC vector is B vector, means your AC vector will represent the sum of these two, A vector plus B vector. Okay, so for example, if I take CD vector, which has to be added with CD vector? DE vector, because which should be equal? The terminal point of the first vector should be equal to the initial point of the second vector. The resultant is nothing but the addition of those two vectors. Okay, so see now, using this triangle of addition of vector, we can prove one result, that is A vector, B vector and C vector are the sides of a triangle taken in order. Three vectors has to be taken in the same order. Same order if it is taken, then A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0 vector. Okay, you take now AB vector is A vector and BC vector is B vector and CA vector is C vector. Why it is taken? Three vectors are taken in the same order. So AB vector is A vector and BC vector is B vector and CA vector is C vector. So we have to add all the three vectors. So it is A vector is AB vector and plus B vector is BC vector plus CA vector. So see that first two vectors if you add using the triangle of addition of vectors, so what is it? The terminal point of first vector is coincides with the initial point of the second vector. So what is the resultant? Here it is AC vector. So plus it is added with CA vector. Here also the terminal point C is coincide with the initial point of the second vector. So what is remaining? A dash vector. So see, the initial point and the terminal point coincides. That is nothing but the 0 vector. So therefore we can say the three sides of a triangle taken in order, okay, AB vector, the sum of or addition of those three vectors or addition of all the sides of the triangle taken in order is equal to 0 vector. Okay, see next one, we are moving to the next addition, parallelogram law of addition of vectors. So here we are going to take OA vector as A vector and OB vector as B vector. Okay, so see triangle of addition of vector, we have taken OA means from this we have to take. Here OA vector is A vector and OB vector is B vector. Okay, so what you have to do now, you have to draw a triangle OA, BC or CB. Okay, if it's so, OB vector and AC vector are equal vector. So therefore this also B vector. Now you just add OA vector plus AC vector, that is equal to, what is it? They are same in that is which one? The terminal point of the first vector is coincides with the initial point of the second vector. They are same. What is the resultant? OC vector. So OA vector is what? A vector. And AC vector is equal vectors with OB vector. So it is B vector. So OC vector. What is OC vector for the parallelogram? It is the diagonal. So therefore the two vectors OA vector and OB vector represents two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then their diagonal represents their sum. So OA vector and OB vector are two sides of the parallelogram, means this diagonal OC represents the sum of those two vectors. That is called the parallelogram law of addition of vectors. So next one, we are moving to the difference between two vectors. Okay, on that, first we are going to see what is minus A vector. So let A vector be the vector, then the reverse of A vector is denoted by minus A vector. That is a negative of a vector. Or we can say the reverse of A vector, or the negative of A vector is denoted by minus A vector. So how it will be minus A vector? So we have to talk about its magnitude as well as the direction. So it has the same magnitude of A vector. So first minus A vector is a vector. Minus A vector is a vector. Vector means magnitude and direction we have to talk about. So it has the same magnitude of A vector. So lengthwise no problem. So A vector and minus A vector having the same magnitude. But the direction opposite to the direction of A vector. So A vector is moving up means minus A vector is moving down. So that is the negative of a vector. So they have the same magnitude, but they have the opposite direction of A vector. Okay. So now we are moving to the geometrical representation of difference between two vectors. Here we'll see, we have seen what is it? A vector plus B vector, the sum of two vectors. So OA vector and OB vector or the adjacent sides of the parallelogram, means their diagonal will represent the, what is that, sum of those two vectors. Here OA vector is A vector and OB vector is B vector. So here you will have B. OB vector is B vector. So here I have mentioned this is OA vector and OB vector. So here we are going to take the equal vectors, AC vector, which is exactly equal to OB, and exactly the magnitude as well as the direction are same. So you have to draw the parallel line to OB, and OB vector is equal to AC vector. Okay, so AC vector is B vector. Okay, and we have to draw the negative of B vector. So B vector is AC vector, means your minus B vector is AD vector. Okay, they have the same magnitude but opposite direction. You see, now you just work out what is OA vector plus AD vector. It is nothing but OD vector. So OA vector is what? It is A vector plus, what is AD vector? It is minus B vector. That is your OD vector. So this OD vector is nothing but, what is it? A vector. This is A vector minus B vector. Okay, your OD vector is exactly equal to BA vector. So this also A vector minus B vector. So OA is A vector and OB vector is B vector, means your BA vector is nothing but A vector minus B vector. Okay, and you see, thank you students.